Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing episode 2 or video number 2 of the how to make your riff better. So last time the riff I did was kind of made for a single guitar player, maybe one line, and a little bit of embellishment on that line. Today we're going to be working with a 2 guitar riff idea. I'm going to show you a simple progression that the rhythm guitar can be doing, and then I'm going to show you just how you can build off that very easy to kind of add some flavor and flair to the line. Instead of both you playing the same line, you can play 2 different lines and kind of add that sonic dynamic to the track. All right, and again, if you are new to this video series, I am new to it. This is the second one. If this is something you're into, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow a ton. And if you want to continue to support the channel, there are links below in the description where you can go follow my website, my music on my Spotify, and things like that if you want to continue to support the channel. All right, enough chit chat, time to head over to the computer. I'm gonna show you what we're working with in this video. All right, so here we are at the computer at the most flattering camera angle possible. So I've already pre-recorded the rhythm riff, and what that is 8-0-3-5. So it's basically what it is. It's kind of straightforward, and then the 4th chord change, I kind of go halftime on the drums and chug out the 5 just a little bit different. So let me play it with what I have recorded so you can kind of listen. Right, so really simple, really straightforward. Both guitars could be playing that, no problem. But if you want to sauce it up a little bit, you want to make a second guitar line that kind of works with that main riff. And so you might be thinking, where do I begin? Where do I start when it comes to coming up with that line? So one thing I like to do is dissect the first chord. Now this doesn't necessarily work on every riff progression, but it's where I like to start. So this one starts with an 8, starts there. So I just kind of do an extended chord off of that. So when coming up with this lead line, what I did is I just added my ring finger, my pinky finger to the 10th fret. So it goes 8, 8, 10, 10. So that is the chord I'm working with for this lead line. And knowing that all this is going to work in the scale, I figured another safe bet would be, I just don't want to do the whole time. I want to mix it up a little bit. So I know, and just by practicing and writing, playing riffs like this, I know that a safe bet is probably going to be able to move that high 10 to 12 if I need to. So I can be working off of basically a power chord. So right in there. And then also knowing that, I can also probably work within the box. So I can add the 12th to the D string, the 3rd string down. So I can be working in the... I can be working in that box however I want with the rest of this progression. So let me give you an example. Let me play the track, and let me just kind of noodle over the top of it. So you kind of hear how that box works with pretty much every chord change, the 8, open, 3, and 5. So now I want to add some sort of flavor to it. Now, what I like to do is keep the lead line busy, but simple. So not a ton of movement, in this example anyway. Only playing a couple notes often, but not, you know, a ton. You'll see what I'm talking about, where everything else is big movement on the neck. I want the lead line to kind of stay in a little pocket. So it kind of creates a theme over and over again with the progression that's happening with the rhythm guitar. So let me show you what I'm talking about there. Okay, so just the same line over and over and over with the rhythm guitar changing. Now, you notice on this song, the last time through, I have the drums go to a halftime feel and I have the guitar kind of do the same thing. Kind of more of a strummed out feel. So let's have that lead guitar, that melodic, that lead line, the second guitar, change with that part of the song. So drums go halftime, the guitar changes up, let's have the lead line, maybe get out of that box or do an extended version of that box. So everything changes together. So let me show you kind of what I'm talking about. I already know I'm gonna wanna anchor it inside that initial box, but I know I'm gonna wanna get out of it at some point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 12, 10, kind of a reverse power chord, and then I'm gonna slide out of that box on the back end of that chord. So let me show you what I'm talking about from the beginning. Something like that. You can do all kinds of, you know, you can build off that anyway. You could even just do, just hang on the 12-12. You can do things like that. You can kind of just work with that anchor point, that box, that 10-10, 12-12 on the G, excuse me, on the D and on the G string. Work off of that for the main part, and then when you want to add stylization to it, you can then slide out of it. And, you know, just knowing the structure, you know that it'll go 10, 12, 14, 15 can be like a safe bet, you know. Something in that realm. So you have your anchor point, and then you got to know when you can get out of the anchor point or that box and where to go from there. So again, that's taking just a simple guitar line and finding where you can build off of it, and then how you can then modify what you built off of it just a tiny bit, but having it all work together. I hope that makes sense. And just a quick variation, I'm not gonna get into this too much because this is gonna be a different video, but let's say you don't wanna have a picky part because it doesn't really work with the song. You don't want like a, you want maybe something more strummed out. Something I like to do is take the chord structure and then work off of the fourth of that chord. So for example, this here, the first note of this progression, 8, 8, 8, I'm gonna take that second 8 on the A string and I'm gonna do an octave off of that. Just an octave, octave, so an octave split if you wanna call it that, which would be 8 and then a 10 on the G string. Really basic. So what you can do with that is you can just emphasize the chord changes and just follow along. And then instead of going to open, you can go to 12. So one guitar is going 8 to open, one's going 8 to 12. So you kind of have that sonic split in the track. And then if you want to add little runs in there too, you can do, and then just make sure you don't have to, but you want to land on that chord change with the octave as well. So let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. So I like to call those octave split runs. I've kind of always referred to that when it comes to my songwriting. I'm working with a band or an artist, whatever it might be. That to me is like a very easy way to do a second guitar part that's not mimicking the main line, but kind of accompanying it and giving it a slightly different sonic, dynamic to it. So again, I'll go into that more in depth in a different video, but I just want to give you an idea if maybe you're watching this going, oh, I don't want like a picky part like that, or that's not my style. Octave split runs is another option you can have immediate success with 99% of the time if you're writing a riff like this. All right, there you have it. There's a simple way to take a riff and build a second line off of it very easily. And if you're a beginner, hopefully that sparks something. Maybe you learned something from it. And if you're an experienced guitar player, maybe you didn't get anything from it, or maybe it gave you an idea for a new song, or something you can do with the current track you have to kind of just give it a little flavor. All right, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you later.